Secret Rooms at Wilkesboro, and Rick Hendrick talks about the EV market. Let's get into it. Coming up next. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing good today. All right, looks like they have found a secret room at North Wilkesboro underneath the bleachers. Let's take a look at this article. North Wilkesboro Speedway urban legend potentially confirmed, possible moonshine cave found below grandstand. This from Steve Toronto at CBS Sports. A possible moonshine cave was discovered underneath the front stretch grandstands at North Wilkesboro Speedway during an inspection of the facilities, track officials shared Tuesday. The discovery was made when operations staff discovered cracks in the original concrete stands in Section N, revealing an open area of approximately 700 square feet beneath the damaged area. So apparently they saw some cracks in the concrete there. They pulled up some seats to take a look at it. You can see the picture right here, what the result of it was. And then while they were doing that, it looked like a sinkhole had opened up. But then upon further inspection, I guess they figured out that it was either a cave or a man-made structure. Let's continue with the article. The open area beneath the stands is believed to be potentially a moonshine cave, validating long-held local legend that a secret moonshine still existed below the grandstands of one of NASCAR's original racetracks in the foothills of North Carolina, an area notorious for bootleg running during the Prohibition era that served as the origins for stock car racing. North Wilkesboro Speedway was reopened in 2022 after being shut down for over 50 years, necessitating the renovations and upkeeping that led to Speedway Motorsports, Inc.'s discovery. So as you can see right there, what would concern me further is how many more of these like hidden structures and things like that were built that they didn't know about in that particular era when this track was built. So I feel like they need to get the GPR out, that's ground penetrating radar, and just take it over top of the stands, see what else they can find in there. Because this is, I don't know, this, I'm glad they found this one, but what if there's more out there that they don't know about? This could be like a potential safety thing. So hopefully they get all the stuff done that they need to get done there, because I don't know if I want to be sitting over there in turn one, man. When we began renovating and restoring North Wilkesboro Speedway in 2022, we'd often hear stories about an old moonshine still was operated here on the property under the grandstand. Steve Swift, Senior Vice President of Operations and Development at Speedway Motorsports, said, "Well, we haven't found a still yet, but we found a small cave and an interior wall that would have been the perfect location to not only make illegal liquor, but to hide from the law as well. We don't know how people would have gotten in and out, but as we uncover more, there's no telling what we might find." So that's what I'm saying. It seems like they're on the right track. Get the GPR out there. At least find the entrance to that cave. See where it led to. Is this the only cave? That's what I'm saying. Make sure there's nothing else out there. No more surprises. I know it sat dormant for a long time, but as long as it's sat, apparently they still didn't know about this that was originally put in when the track was built initially. So interesting thing. It's just crazy that here we are in 2024 and we're still like all the way back to the roots of NASCAR, the moonshine running, which is of course what the sport comes from. So just an interesting find there, and I thought that was really just kind of cool. But also hopefully they get everything figured out, because we don't want a situation in the stands when a lot of people are sitting there. So kind of cool, but also kind of scary. So I don't know. What do you think about it? Let me know down below in the comments. From Adam Stern, Rick Hendrick, the customer is going to dictate what you build. I've been in the automobile business for almost 50 years, and you can't force customers to buy what they don't want. We were too aggressive with the EV market. This via The Rob Report from therobreport.com. So I'm glad that Rick Hendrick came out and spoke about that. He's, of course, talking about the EV market and how the EV market is not selling. And I'm glad that somebody has finally come out and acknowledged that, hey, you know what? It's not selling well, because every time I do something about electric vehicles or something like that, there's like a million comments down. If NASCAR goes electric, I'm never watching again and stuff like that. And I tell people all the time, like, don't worry about it. Like, EV cars, as it stands, I know they were getting this huge push, which is what he's acknowledging here, but they weren't selling very well. So if they're not selling very well, then obviously you're not going to have to worry about them being in the Cup Series. Now, NASCAR might do like an extra class. The market is going to dictate what we run. and you can't force the customers. That's probably been the biggest thing about EVs that I really didn't like. It just always felt like they were going to be forced on you. They were going to make the government was going to change all these rules and everybody was going to have to buy one. That was kind of what they were sort of pressuring you into. That was the propaganda that was being disseminated. So that's always been my thing with the EVs. They feel like they're just trying to force you to buy them or force you to at least consider them. And there's several factors as to why people aren't buying them. So for someone to want to buy an electric car, here's a few things that need to happen, which just aren't happening. So they're not really competitive with ICE or internal combustion engine cars. Right now, if I jump into an internal combustion engine car and just take off down the road, I don't have to worry about anything because I know there's like 4 million gas stations that I can fill up at no matter where I'm going to. I don't have to worry about running out of gas. Whereas if I jump into an electric car, let's say I'm in a Tesla, I can only go to Tesla stations. There might be a bunch of EV recharge stations, but I can only go to the ones that have Tesla. Or if I'm driving, say a Volkswagen or whoever, I have to go to specific ones that charge for that specific car. It's not like a gas station where you can take any car to a gas station unless they don't have diesel. If you're driving a diesel, I guess that would be a different thing. But you have to go to a gas station that has regular gas, and every gas station has regular gas. Now, if you're driving a diesel, like I said, that's a different story. But EVs are not like that. So that's the first thing that needs to be overcome. And that comes down to infrastructure. The EV infrastructure is not there. So they can try to force and pressure people to buy these all they want to. But until you get the infrastructure there, they're not going to be considered. And their range, in most cases, is far inferior to the range of ICE engines. So until they get those two things figured out, I don't think we're going to have to worry about electric vehicles. And I'm super glad that Rick Hendrick came out here and spoke about it, saying that, yeah, we were trying to force the market. We were way too aggressive with it, and people are not responding. So hopefully this will be the end of EV talk until the EVs get the proper infrastructure built to be competitive with cars, and they need to do things to make those EVs competitive with cars. All right, I've talked about EVs. Always an exciting day when I do that. There's still going to be somebody down in the comments, I'm not watching NASCAR if they go EV. I promise you, almost, I believe with all my heart that somebody is still going to say that. But anyway, if you made it this far, I would love to have your subscription. If not, I'll just keep making these things. Hopefully know more about EVs in the near future. And if you're already subscribed, I appreciate you guys as well. What else do I normally say here? Visit the merch store if you want to visit the merch store. The link is in the description. And other than that, thanks for your time. Peace.